The government's landmark review into the child protection system found there should be much more early intervention. That's programs that help children and parents before abuse and neglect gets worse. But one childcare centre in West Heidelberg is already leading the way, setting out to prove that early intervention can transform children's lives and brains.
It's been hard, but we got through it. As young parents, it's not the easiest thing to bring up two kids.
Brad and Jamie met when they were 16 and 15 and had their first child, Liam, 2 years later. At times they've been homeless, and about 2 years ago the family came to the attention of support services.
Nothing to even do with my kids. I smashed up my own car because I was really angry and the keys got taken off me, just being stupid.
Support services referred the family to this early education and childcare centre in West Heidelberg. It's changed their lives.
He used to like hitting and playing rough, and he's quiet down a lot.
What have you guys learnt out of this process?
What have we learned? Not to yell. It's just more happier discipline, and instead of yelling at your child, like Barb doesn't yell one bit and he listens, so now we've learnt not to yell.
Barb is Barbara Lacey, a childcare worker at a centre that's the only one of its kind in Australia. Children here have all come to the attention of family support services of some kind.
We only take children in this centre under 3 years old because we know they need to be here for a minimum of 3 years. Children need to be in this kind of program for 25 hours a week over a period of 5 days a week for 50 weeks a year. And what we do is employ all qualified professional early education staff to build relationships with these children with an attachment kind of infant mental health focus and a very high quality early education and care model. That's the best that we can do in terms of investing in these children's brain development.
Ready. Barbara Lacey's work with Liam is a prime example of how children are encouraged to form a strong bond with their carers at the centre.
Barb's just like, I don't know, like another mum here. Like she's changed him that much, it's not funny. And he'll do things at home and then he'll go, oh, Barb taught me this, Barb taught me that.
He was quite unsettled and quite aggressive, so there was tendencies for him to actually hit out or throw things or scratch and those sorts of behaviours. And I guess it's really working with him and not saying, okay, it's not okay. It's okay to be angry, but it's not okay to be throwing those sorts of things. It is very intensive, but it's also very rewarding. So I really enjoy working with Liam. He's a beautiful child. He's got so much to offer.
How old are you?
This centre, run by the Children's Protection Society, is 1 year into a 3-year research project that's trying to prove this intensive level of care resonates throughout the rest of these children's lives.
Brain development is critical and at its peak in the first 3 years of children's lives. And children who are exposed to prolonged, proximal experiences of risk and difficulty produce cortisol levels in their bloodstream that have an impact on that neural pathway formation and brain development. Now, you can't go back to that. It's not recoupable.
You gonna make one for Mummy?
Masters student Prashani was referred to the centre by Family Services. She was lonely, depressed, pregnant and struggling to care for her daughter.
My elder daughter, she used to cry a lot and I could not understand why she's crying for.
Now pregnant with her third child, Prashani's 2 daughters attend the centre and have blossomed along with their mother.
Here it's not only for children, it's for the whole family. And I also feel that someone acknowledged me, someone is there for me. I'm happy now, they are happy and we all happy and my husband happy. So, and he has no problem coming into house, after work. So he knows that I will have no problems.
There's room for 45 children at this centre, funded by state and federal governments and philanthropists.
To me, it's a no-brainer. It's blindingly obvious you need centres like this.
The Children's Protection Society wants more centres like this around the country and says it doesn't cost much more than normal childcare.
In the vicinity of probably $30 to $60 a day. You know, so then let's sort of weigh that up. Are you willing to spend sort of an extra $30 a day on a child who can go and have a life and can pay taxes and contribute to the community, or are you willing not to spend $30 a day now or build more prisons? You know, you make the call.
Liam now keeps a photograph of Barbara Lacey on his bedside table.
Well, I actually put in some photos of his family. So anyone that came to the centre, I made sure I had a photo of him and put it up on the wall. So anytime he walked into the door, he saw his family, and I kept on referring to his family. And then the relationship got to the point where he is actually asking for my photo to come to be put part of his home.
We now go out for dinner like once or twice a week, and like before here you could not take Liam out for dinner. He'll just throw food, he'll do like now he actually sits down, relaxes and enjoys his food.
It's a pretty special place. That's the program for this week. Thanks for your company. Please go to our website if you have any stories